Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Alex Smyth. So right now I am in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm training with the Canadian para-rowing team, getting ready for Tokyo.
That's right. Our very own Victoria Nolan will be representing Canada at the Paralympics for the 4th time in her career, when the Games open this week in Japan. I caught up with the defending bronze medalist right before she left for the competition.
Training's been going really well. It has been tricky with COVID. I have to say a huge thank you actually to Sport Canada for allowing us to keep training. There was a lot of protocols in place that allowed us to keep up with what we needed to do to prepare. So yeah, we've been able to keep on track. There's been a lot of testing and that kind of thing, but otherwise it's going well.
While the training is going well, there have been some real sacrifices along the way, like extended time away from her husband, Eamon Nolan, and their 2 teenagers.
That's been the toughest part of this. So for me, being an older athlete and having children, it's a challenge for me, obviously, to keep up with this training. And so one of the accommodations that was made for me was that I would be able to travel back and forth. So I would typically do 3 weeks of training here, and then I'd go home and see my family for a week. But with COVID, that wasn't possible. So I haven't actually been home to Toronto since January. So I definitely did not sign up for that. That's been really tough. They've been able to come out and see me a couple of times, but it hasn't been easy because even when they come out to see me, there were quarantine restrictions for them, and yeah, it's been tough.
With Victoria being away for much longer than anticipated, Eamon has been holding down the fort in Toronto.
She hasn't been back here since January, so she's away from her kids and she's away from me and her life here in Toronto, which, it's hard. And when you can't see, Zoom loses a little bit of its luster because it's just voice, or it's just talking on the phone. Yeah, it's been hard. I think for athletes and for everyone right now, the psychology of the pandemic has been something that's really difficult to navigate.
Despite the challenges to their home life, Victoria knows her family is behind her all the way.
They are everything. They are, I was gonna say the wind beneath my wings. That's so cheesy, but I mean, they're my strength for sure. There's no way I would be able to do this if they weren't behind me. Even when I made the decision to come back, I talked to them first, and they were, without hesitation, they said, you have to go for it. And that's the only way I would have come back because, yeah, without their support, I mean, we're doing this as a team, so that just gives me that much more strength to do it.
We love it. We love cheering for her. We love the fact that she's representing Canada. For Vicky, there's nothing, she never takes her foot off the pedal. So she's giving 100% of what she's got. I don't know what that will translate to in terms of the podium, but I know that she's everything she does, she goes pretty hard at it. So I'm gonna say I predict a medal, but I hope I'm not wrong. I don't know. I don't know what color it will be, but I think a medal is a good possibility.
And Eamon isn't the only one who feels good about the team's chances on the water in Japan.
We are definitely ready for Tokyo. We have a really great crew. That teamwork and the ability to work together as one. I think we've pretty much nailed that, so I'm really proud of that. And yeah, we're a strong group of athletes. I think we're gonna do well.
Us too.